Hollywood is full of amazing actors and actresses who pay their dues and win their awards. But there are some who can never seem to take home the big one. Here we've collected a bunch of incredible people who've been snubbed time and again, over and over, despite incredible performances that should have led to victory. Prepare yourself for the preposterous. This is Awesome Actors Without Oscars.
Hey guys, it's your host for today, American Eye. But before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to Titanic, and if you like today's content, be sure to check out my channel, American Eye. We'll see you there.
Robert Downey Jr. It will probably come as a surprise to many of you that Robert Downey Jr. has never won an Oscar, and you're not alone in that. This legendary actor that only seems to get better with time doesn't even have many nominations to show for his illustrious career. He was only nominated for the Best Actor in Chaplin in 1993 and Best Supporting Actor in Tropic Thunder in 2009. Granted, he did sort of lose out on the limelight for a number of years, mainly due to some behavioral problems. But this Saturday Night Live, Less Than Zero, and Iron Man actor seems only to be getting started, and we've got no doubts in our minds that he'll win one. Harrison Ford, the man, the myth, the legend, the Harrison Ford. He has never won an Oscar, and this might be something we need to write somebody about. Despite acting since the 1960s, this Hollywood veteran has only managed to snag himself one nomination, and that was for the Best Actor in The Witness way back in 1986. What about his fantastic role as Han Solo, or even his portrayal in the incredible Indiana Jones? It's almost like Hollywood is against men, and he's even starting to get up there, so who knows if he'll ever manage to win one. Either way, he's incredible and will forever be remembered as a great in show business, whether he wins an Oscar or not. Sigourney Weaver. Now we know this might seem unfair, but were you even aware that Sigourney Weaver has never taken home one of acting's biggest prizes? It's true. The alien actress has not only not won an Oscar, but she's also been nominated thrice for the award. She's actually earned a nomination for Best Actress in 1987 for the sequel to a aforementioned film called Aliens. She was nominated for Best Actress again just 2 years later in 1989 for acting in Gorillas in the Mist, the story of Dion Foster. And she was also nominated for Best Supporting Actress in 1989 for her role in Working Girl, but also she's received no attention at the Oscars ever since. Edward Norton. This is sort of a travesty, considering the fantastic portrayals that this man has been able to pull off throughout his career. Edward Norton is versatile, and that may be a part of his problem with the Academy Awards. They don't seem to want to give up awards too easily to those who can play pretty much anyone. He's only received 3 nominations, and we feel as though it's too far small of a number for a star such as him. He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor in 1997, Primal Fear, Best Actor in The Incredible American History X in 1999, and Best Supporting Actor in the 2015 film Birdman. We have heard that he can be challenging to work with, but that shouldn't be taken into account. So we don't know exactly what's kept him from taking home the coveted prize. You just keep doing you, Mr. Norton. John Travolta. Did you know that even John Travolta's most memorable performance as Danny Zuko in Grease didn't earn him an Oscar or even a nomination? In fact, this longtime Hollywood staple has only been in the running twice, and both saw his dreams of the Oscar glory slip right through his fingers. His first nomination was for Best Actor in Saturday Night Fever in 1978. His only other nomination again for Best Actor came in 1995 for his role as Vincent Vega in Pulp Fiction. Granted, he did seem to stray away from the path for a while and took on roles far from those that would get his name considered, but he seems to be trying to make his way back. Maybe he too wants to get his hands on the acting prize before it's too late. And perhaps we'll be seeing his best performance pop up sometime in the future. Liam Neeson. We can hardly even believe this one to be true. You know, considering Liam Neeson is just one bad mother in the world of Hollywood fiction. Mr. Neeson has been a long recognizable name and face in show business, and it's sad to know that he has yet to receive the attention he deserves for his talents. He should have won an Oscar by now, just considering that he once punched out a knife-wielding student back during his school teaching days. He's only once been nominated as Best Actor in 1994 for Schindler's List, and that was 25 years ago. The guy's been in Star Wars films, and not the best one, not to mention a death-dealing dad in the Taken movies. What does he have to do to earn himself an Oscar? Is he going to start hunting down those responsible for not giving him the Oscar? He does have a very particular set of skills. John Malkovich. Now this is a real Hollywood tragedy. John Malkovich, the John Malkovich, has never even won an Oscar and has only been nominated 2 times. We mean there's even been a movie about people getting inside his head called Being John Malkovich. How many actors can say that? He didn't even get nominated for Of Mice and Men or Dangerous Liaisons or even Burn After Reading. Okay, the last one was kind of a joke, but he really was great in it. His nominations are as follows: Best Supporting Actor in Places in the Heart in 1985, and the Best Supporting Actor in 1994 for In the Line of Fire. Well, we've got news for you. John Malkovich is an amazing actor, and while he's getting fairly old, we haven't lost our faith in him just yet. We might still see him walk that stage in the future, and it will be well deserved if he does. Samuel L. Jackson. That's right, this excellent, intimidating actor doesn't even have an Oscar. And what seems even worse is that he's only ever been nominated once. Of course, it came for his excellent performance in Pulp Fiction in 1995. For that film, he was nominated for the Best Supporting Actor, but didn't manage to seal the deal. He's been in so many movies that it's astounding that he's only managed to be nominated once. What about Unbreakable or Star Wars or even The Hateful Eight? Where is the love for the man? His beloved fans are everywhere, but apparently not to the people who could get him the big one. We have faith, he's too good of an actor to never win. Ralph Fiennes. Not only is Ralph Fiennes an amazing screen actor, he's quite the sight to see on stage as well. So how could such an accomplished and versatile actor have not won an Oscar? Well, your guess is probably as good as ours. He's been nominated twice, but twice is not enough for the man of Fiennes' talent. He was first nominated for the Best Supporting Actor in 1994 for his performance in Schindler's List, and last nominated for the Best Actor in 1997 for The English Patient. That's it, which is pretty sad because he has some amazing talent. He was flawless in The Constant Gardener and got nothing for it, although his co-star, Rachel Weisz, won a Golden Globe and an Oscar for it. He was also pretty darn great in The Grand Budapest Hotel, and he even received a Golden Globe nomination for it, yet he didn't see anything from the Oscars. Let's also not forget he is Lord Voldemort. He's been getting snubbed, and it's not fair. Maybe someday, though. Glenn Close. Yes, you heard that correctly. Glenn Close has never won an Oscar despite her long career making movies. This one is so surprising considering the sheer number of times she's been nominated. It's sad, Close had 7 nominations under her belt, and every single time she's lost. In 1998, she was nominated for the Best Supporting Actress for Life, according to GARP. In 1984, she was again nominated for the Best Supporting Actress for The Big Chill. Then in 1985, she was also nominated for the Best Supporting Actress for Natural. 3 years in a row, talk about frustrating. In 1988, she got her Best Actress nomination for Fatal Attraction and lost. In 1989, she was nominated for Best Actress for Dangerous Liaisons and lost again. She also lost the award for the Best Actress in 2012 and in 2019 for The Albert Nobbs and The Wife respectively. How many times can a woman lose out on an Oscar? We don't know for sure, but Glenn Close sure is teaching us how much losing one person can do. Joaquin Phoenix. This man is known for taking some strange roles, much like the next actor on this list. But his versatility is incredible, and he deserves an Oscar, dang it. We've seen him play an alien-fearing ex-baseball star, a man in love with a machine, a ruthless king, a music star, and even a murderous veteran who helps save young women from terrible situations. And he still doesn't have an Oscar. He's just got 3 nominations, which is blasphemy. In 2001, he was nominated for the Best Supporting Actor in Gladiator. In 2006, his movie Walk the Line got him a Best Actor nomination. And again in 2013, he was nominated for Best Actor for his performance in The Master. Still no wins though. We're confident he'll do it in time. He's too good not to. Johnny Depp. Versatile, convincing, entertaining, incredible. These are all things that Johnny Depp is an actor of. But one thing he is not is an Oscar winner. Is he cursed? We don't know. Does he take roles a little bit too strange to win? Again, we're not too sure. One thing that we are sure about is that Mr. Depp should have a little statue on his mantle. And if he's never able to get one with his name on it, our faith is that everything will be lost. His Best Actor nomination came in 2004 for his portrayal of Captain Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. His second was in 2005 for Finding Neverland, which earned another Best Actor nomination. And third and final nomination for Best Actor happened way back in 2008 for his terrifying performance in Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of the Fleet Street. Is this fair? We think not. You've got this, Johnny. You just keep doing you. We've seen some amazing actors and actresses who've all lost out time and time again. And we've still got one more left on our list. But first, we'd like to ask, who is your favorite underrated actor or actress in Hollywoodland? Let us know in the comments below. And number 1, Bill Murray. Yep, Bill Murray doesn't have an Oscar. Heck, they should give him one just for being Bill Murray. The saddest part of the whole ordeal is that he just got one measly nomination for the Best Actor in Lost in Translation way back in 2004. This is mind-blowing, outrageous. utterly uncalled for, and we're hoping that he'll be able to put a stop to it. We may never know the answer to this great question, but he's Bill Murray, which might be better than any award that he could ever be given.